What's that sound, you ask? Why, it's the value of our paper money plummeting to earth, don't you know? And, there it goes. The crash we all predicted for 30 years finally happens. But it didn't have to be like this. Hi, I'm former Congressman, presidential candidate, and amateur mineralogist Ron Paul. You may have seen me on the 700 Club or read one of my best-selling books, such as Fed Bad or Bucking Around, The History of the Federal Reserve. But I'm not here to talk about how our money is made up out of thin air by these financial wizards. I'm here to talk about how we can fight back against the madness and return to a true value-based currency that is firmly rooted in reality. No, I'm not talking about Beepcoin or Beanie Babies. I'm talking about crystals. Precious stones have intrigued man since time immemorial. From the first time we held an amethyst crystal when we were young, to the big diamond we purchased for our lovely wife-to-be, crystals have always been there. Why? Because they are beautiful, rare, valuable, and mysterious, just like paper money. And also, just like paper money, we don't know where crystals come from. Although it's theorized that they are formed in the molten womb of Earth, modern geologists can't agree on much more than that. This is good, because it means that no one has control over the flow of crystals. Crystals are pretty great, huh? Now imagine if instead of fake paper money backed by nothing, we used crystals as a form of currency. Sound too good to be true? Well, maybe. But it's better than the system we have. Let me explain. Through scientifically tabulating the weights and relative values of a base set of 650 different crystals, I have generated an extensive table of correspondences that can be used right now as an all-natural replacement for cheap paper money. I call this system crystalnomics. Need to buy a banana? Trade 3 tiger's eyes. Need to buy a microwave? Well, that'll be 10 tiger's eyes, 12 blue lace agates, 5 carnelians, and 40 demortierites. Easy, simple, clean. Well, now what about something bigger, say an automobile? Well, a mid-sized sedan, which costs around $24,000 in today's paper money, would cost about 400 tiger's eyes, 37 celestites, 4 aventurines, 76 apopholites, 10 fuchsites, 320 hematites, 50 chrysocolas, and a lesser cubic zirconia. Give or take a few fuchsites, of course. The system is so simple, a child could use it. As long as that child wasn't being taught using Common Core, that is. Now, Ron, you ask, lunking all these crystals and gemstones around seems like a real drag. I like using my debit card to make all of my purchases, even the small ones. Well, Susie Q, hold your horses. It's not like I'm asking you to carry a rucksack filled with dirty old rocks everywhere you go. When I say I hate the banks, it's only the central bank that I'm talking about. In my crystal-based economy, your neighborhood bank will still be around. It'll just be built more like a dungeon, with vast underground storage spaces for all of your precious stones. Visiting your local bank will be more like taking a trip to Gringotts Goblin Bank at Harry Potter's Hogwarts School. Or so my nieces tell me. There, your vast trove of physical wealth will be stored and cataloged, and you'll be issued a unique identification card that will allow you to stop by any other bank to withdraw funds for all your purchasing needs. An electronic signal will then be sent to your home dungeon bank, where the proper amount of crystals will be removed from your vault and sent back to the dungeon bank of withdrawal via the underground minecart system we will also be building. Cue the haters with cries of, "But who will maintain the underground minecart railway systems in this crystal-based libertarian economy?" I'm afraid we'll have to table that debate for now, but trust me when I say I've got an answer. 2 words: subscription service. And remember, merchants will of course be able to tabulate relative values thanks to my ever-expanding table in order to provide you with reasonably accurate change. Need to buy some lacy women's underwear that costs 40 green calcites, but you only have half a fool's ruby? No problem. The friendly and helpful shopkeep will utilize my simple crystalnomic equations and make the exchange. No more dealing with the awkward process of balancing a checkbook or checking your bank account. Now you'll know how many crystals you have at all times, because you will be required to visit your crystal vault at least once a week to ensure kobolds have not dug their way into it. Just a little joke. So, if freeing America from the stranglehold of debt-based paper currency sounds like something you might want for you and your posterity, head on over to ronpaul2012.biz and sign my petition. We're already up to 150 signatures at the time of this ad, so there's still time to get in on the ground floor. Tabulating the relative value of thousands of crystals and gemstones is tiring work, and my son Rand refuses to support me, so if you'd like to step up and help an old man, maybe think about donating to the cause. I accept credit, debit, traveler's checks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Snapcash. So join me in the rock revolution and get stoned with Ron Paul's Crystalnomics.